If you've ever told yourself, this is the last time, I'm starting tomorrow I'm eating clean, I'll make up for this by working out twice as hard, then this video is for you, because I know exactly what that feels like. Not because I read about it, but because I lived it. And I lived it for years. As a kid I was the chubby one, and I became very aware of how I looked and what other people thought of me. I started believing that if I could just lose some weight, everything would be better. I'd be happier, more confident, and people would finally accept me. So, when I got into high school, I decided I was going to change. At first it felt amazing. I was losing weight, people started noticing. They complimented me, they accepted me. And that's something nobody talks about, because when people praise you for losing the weight, your brain starts connecting your whole worth and value to being smaller. And for me, I wasn't smaller enough. So I kept going. I ate less, I exercised more, and I became obsessed with control. Until that healthy lifestyle wasn't healthy anymore. Because I developed anorexia at the age of like 16 years. And at the time I didn't even realize it. I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was about discipline. But here's the thing about extreme restriction. Nobody can fight biology forever, because your body isn't trying to ruin your progress, it's trying to keep you alive. And when you don't give it enough food for long enough, your hunger doesn't just disappear, it gets louder. And eventually, I started binging, and I hated myself for it. I thought I had become lazy, weak, undisciplined, because my whole life was about dieting and becoming smaller and looking good in the mirror in my eyes. I was about 56 kilos if I remember correctly, or somewhere there, and I wanted to become even smaller. And my body was doing exactly what it was designed to do after months and months of restriction. And the problem wasn't that I suddenly had no self-control. The problem was that I had been trying to control everything for too long. And that's exactly when I entered this whole cycle that lasted for years. I would binge, I would feel guilty, I would start another diet, I would train even harder, and I would lose control again, and then binge again. And then repeat over and over and over again. Most of the times I'd convince myself that this diet would finally be different, that this workout plan would fix me, that cutting out sugar, carbs, fast food was finally the answer. But every time I created more rules around food became more powerful in my life. Because the more forbidden something becomes, the more your brain thinks and wants it. One thing I wish someone had told me years ago is that food isn't just physical, it's emotional. When you are stressed, lonely, bored, overwhelmed, food can become your comfort. And if you've also been restricting yourself, the comfort can quickly turn into a binge. So every time I blame myself, I was blaming the symptom, not the cause. So how did I finally start breaking the cycle? It was not overnight, it was not with another diet. Actually, I stopped dieting for a while, and it was actually pretty hard, because after a binge we all know what's in our head, that tomorrow I'm gonna restrict it, tomorrow I'm gonna go on this extreme diet and I'm gonna lose all the calories that I gained today by binging. And it's hard tomorrow to wake up to just eat normal, to not be on a diet, to think that yeah, if I want a piece of chocolate I would eat it. It's very hard, and for someone who hasn't been in this cycle doesn't understand how hard it is and how guilty and how unpleasant it is. Because if you've been like me, it wasn't about a piece of chocolate. It was either a chocolate, and maybe after the chocolate I would eat biscuits, and I would eat another chocolate, and I would go to the supermarket and buy more junk food, or either I would eat a salad. It was never in the middle. Life like this, it's shit. After a while that you are dieting and you get into this binge cycle, it controls all your life. You will quit social events. You should just focus on yourself and creating a better relationship with food. The longer you stay in that cycle, the harder it will be. Because let's compare the first binge. Maybe compared to what you're doing right now, to the binges you have right now, maybe the first binge you had, you wouldn't even consider it a binge right now. And you should just stop dieting and start noticing your feelings around food. And start eating what your body wants, because your body wants nourishment. And you should start noticing that if it's your body that's asking for food, or it's this demon, because I called it a demon. Because when I'm binging, I'm feeling AFK in my own body. I just cannot control myself. I would say, just stop, I am breathing heavily, I'm not feeling right, I'm eating so fucking fast that I don't know how can I put like thousands and thousands of calories in my body in just half an hour. It's fucking insane, bro. That much food in your body, it's a waste. It's like throwing it into garbage. Like your body cannot even process how much food you're putting in your body. It's like throwing it away. Throwing away food, it's a sin. So you should start noticing if it's your body that's telling you, just give me some food. Maybe it's your emotions. That's the worst part. If you wanna look good, if you are putting in the work in the gym, you just don't see the results. The summer is coming and you're looking like shit. It stresses the fuck out of you. And if you are like this, your whole life, it's about food. It's about stopping those binges. Maybe you pushed everyone away from you. And that's also a mistake, because if you are doing this, your whole life and your whole comfort is about food. It's about food. You have no other pleasures besides food. And if you want some comfort, if you want some pleasures, what you're gonna do? You're gonna go to food. And going into food for you means binging. So stop dieting. Forget about the physique you are, because your health, which by the way, binging weekly or maybe daily is not healthy. You're gonna have diabetes, you're gonna feel like shit, you're gonna be overweight. So stop dieting and start recovering. So if you really want a chocolate, just go ahead and buy a chocolate and stop labeling food as good or bad, because every time you tell yourself I can never eat a chocolate again, your brain will want chocolate. And guess what happens the moment you eat one piece? You think you failed, so you will eat the whole thing. It's called all or nothing mindset. The second thing I changed, I stopped exercising to punish myself. For years, my workouts were basically apologies to myself. And I really like working out. And even eating healthy. Like, I love eating healthy. I love nourishing food. Exercise wasn't a pleasure anymore. It was a punishment. Now I train because I enjoy feeling healthy. Because I like getting stronger. Because I like having energy. Not because I need to earn my food. Food is not something you have to deserve. Your body deserves nourishment whether you work out today or not. And the third thing is that you have to stop chasing perfection, because perfection is impossible. You are going to have days where you eat more. You are going to have birthday parties, vacations, late night snacks. That's called living. Healthy people don't have perfect diets. They have consistent habits. One meal doesn't define your health, just like one workout doesn't make you fit. What matters is what you do most of the time. And another thing that helped me is that I also stopped trying to lose weight as fast as possible. Every crash diet comes with a hidden cost. The faster you try to force results, the harder your body pushes back. Now I focus on habits I can actually keep for years, because the goal isn't to have the perfect body for one summer. The goal is to have a healthy relationship with food for the rest of your life. Your whole life is not to be around food. Food has to be around your life. If you are watching this feeling trapped, I want you to hear this. You are not broken, you are not weak, you are not lazy. And maybe it's not your fault, because you want it to be better, you want it to look good. And that's okay, that's normal. You didn't know about any of this, so it's not your fault. But you have the responsibility, and breaking that cycle takes time. I wasn't perfect once I realized all that. But every time you choose balance over punishment, consistency over perfection, you're moving in the right direction. Today I still enjoy pizza, ice cream, going out with friends. I still train hard. I still care about my health. I still wanna look good. I care about my physique. But food no longer controls my life. So if there's one thing I hope you take away from this video is this. Your goal shouldn't be to become better at dieting. Your goal should be to build a life where you don't need to diet anymore.